Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Hello there, good evening and welcome to the National News Broadcast. I'm Niket Karunaratne.
A very good evening to you. I'm Sharifa Tahir. Let's take a look at the headlines.
The President clarifies on the programme to empower female entrepreneurs. Small and medium-scale entrepreneurs praise the temporary suspension of the Parate Law. The number of Asvasuma beneficiaries is to be increased up to 2.4 million. Cutting-edge technology will be utilised to bring down crimes. The assassinator of Rajiv Gandhi passed away in the Rajiv Gandhi hospital. The final rites of the late Ronnie Damel will be held on Friday. The Ministry of Education highlights the risk of excessive heat on school children. 1/3 of the Gaza population is starving.
On to those and other stories in detail now. President Ranil Wickremesinghe underscored the ongoing efforts to nurture female entrepreneurs capable of adapting to the country's economic transformation.
The President highlighted the significant role women entrepreneurs can play in fostering the digital and green economy, affirming the government's commitment to supporting the empowerment of women's business community. The President made these remarks addressing the Pratibha Visheka Women Entrepreneur Awards 2023 held at Colombo Hilton yesterday. Hosted by the WCIC, this award ceremony honoured remarkable female entrepreneurs and aimed to enhance their businesses and market access. Additionally, women from the SAARC region were provided with an opportunity to compete in a special category. President Ranil Wickremesinghe presented awards to 10 outstanding female entrepreneurs at the national category, while Professor Maitri Wickremesinghe presented the SAARC category awards.
Last year was not an easy year. The last 3-4 years has been difficult for all businesses. And I must commend the women entrepreneurs who made up their mind to go through it. This year will be about the first year with positive growth, 4 years. We've had a drop in our GDPs. We have gone down as much as 7%, and we have not yet come to the GDP of 2018. That will take another year or two. We just turned the corner in the last 2 quarters of last year. This is the first year we expect positive growth. It has not been easy. It has been difficult. We had to make many adjustments. We were living beyond our means. And all of you in business know what happens. So now we have to live within our means, which means that we cannot print money or borrow from the banks. So the only option then was to raise revenue. And that was a difficult period to put the VAT increase it in January, which is the most difficult year. But it is paying its way, it's paying rewards, because our whole intention is to strengthen the rupee and certainly drop the rate of inflation and therefore the rate of interest. So we will have to travel on this. There's no going back to the old period. We have to build a new economy. We have to undergo economic transformation, which means we are leaner but we are also meaner. And we also have to become highly competitive and export-oriented. So it's in this atmosphere, in this background, that we all competed and succeeded. But in this period, there were also many who lost out. And we must help all those who are capable. This is why we've declared a moratorium on Parate execution till end of the year. Let's see what we can do and how all your associations can help the members. But since it's a new economy, it's a new beginning. We want to see many more women entrepreneurs. In fact, we want to see many more women in the workforce. We can't be satisfied with the number of women who are in the workforce. We have to increase it. So your association has a part in it by promoting women entrepreneurs, who in turn will ensure that more women are employed. The self-employed. So the government's policies therefore, will be to promote a larger participation of women in the workforce. We have to do it. As time goes on, as our population growth is leveling out, the only way that you can increase or sustain your labor force is to ensure that more women participate. So these are some of the principles which are guiding us in building a new economy. To ensure transformation of the economy, a digital economy, a green economy, ensure we meet our net zero targets. It will be a completely different economy. But in that, there are many ventures which are open to women entrepreneurs. Small, medium and large, like to say. One is tourism. It's booming. But we are not doing enough to ensure that we get the maximum revenue, which means we need more people employed in the subsidiary services. And even in places where you have your bed and breakfast outfits, but not at $5 or $10. We want to ensure that it's at least $50 or $100. You've got to train people. The government certainly is willing to help. So if the Women's Chamber undertakes the course, we will join with you in ensuring more and more women enter the tourist trade in the different fields.
A media discussion was held in Colombo today regarding the implementation of the Parate Law in Sri Lanka and its influence on small and medium-scale entrepreneurs. This has been organized by the Small and Medium-Scale Entrepreneurs Collective.
So we as a Parate group, we brought this voice to the table. There are so many people who are voiceless about this law. So we spoke to all stakeholders. We said there is an issue. Yes, we need to talk about it. So all of them gave us a good ear and we had a good discussion with them. So because of that collective effortness that we have the results after 65 days of BMICH conference. So I will thank everybody who took part, who fought for this, and especially the media, and especially the Parate group. I am a part of it. And we thank you. They have brought this Parate law, what it has done to our SMV, and how it has been destroyed our economy. This is not for because our own problem, but by other third-party issues only it has happened. So SMV is not part of it, but they are the victim of it. So Parate we have got a temporary suspension, but it is not an amendment. So there should be a stage to go through from the Parliament. I think it will be done soon. We call this in the Justice Ministry because it is a line ministry for the right thing. So we thank you once again, Mr. Vijayadasa Rajapaksa, being the Justice Minister, who took a heavy load for this purpose. And also we thank you for the President, and we thank you for the opposition leader, and we thank you for all the international committees who gave us a good ear for this problem. So as a Parate group, I think we have achieved our goal within 65 days. The next step is very tough. So we are a Parate beyond. So we are going to fight for the SMV time to come. We will be partners of SMV. We will be partners of our economy. We will be partners of our banking system. We will fight beyond Parate. Parate is just a law that cannot be amended, and we keep on articulating so law can be amended.
State Finance Minister Shehan Semasinghe says that the number of Aswasuma beneficiaries will be increased up to 2.4 million from the month of June, and that is calling off applications for the second stage of benefits will end on the 15th of March. He made these remarks during a press conference held at the Presidential Media Centre under the theme Collective Path to a Stable Country. State Finance Minister Shehan Semasinghe announced that the verification and certification process for applicants in the second phase of the Aswasuma program has been finalized. All necessary arrangements have been made to extend benefits to 2.4 million family units starting from June 2024. He said that furthermore, after completing the verification and certification of new applicants, all preparations have been finalized to extend insurance benefits to 2.4 million family units, and also consequently the government anticipates to allocate 205 billion rupees for compensation payments in 2024. It's worth mentioning that the allocation of these provisions has already been arranged. He said that the government is actively gathering information about such individuals. The State Minister said that it is imperative to note that upon identifying them, we are ready to pursue the recovery of funds and initiate legal action against them in accordance with the law.
The Ticky Toys company in Biagama Export Processing Zone has won the certification of Ticky Toys Global Organic Latex Standard. It is significant that this company has become the world's first organic rubber toys manufacturing brand. The toys manufacturing industry throughout the world earns an income of about $20 billion annually. 90% of these toys are manufactured with plastic raw materials. The Ticky Toys company in Biagama is one of the companies that manufactures child-friendly soft toys using natural raw materials. In addition, this company has also won the second place of the Best Eco-Friendly Brands and the Best Presidential Export Award. This new certification has been introduced in the toys industry by the Control Union Certification. This is considered as the world's first standardization in relating to organic rubber latex. Ticky Toys Lanka Company Limited says that in each stage of their manufacturing process, the source of authenticity in using rubber latex can be identified. General Manager of the marketing of Ticky Toys company, Maxwell Fernando, said that the company exports this eco-friendly toys to almost all the countries in Europe. It has a wider market in Australia, USA, England, Russia and China as well. Ticky Toys company was initiated in 1991 as a general toys manufacturing industry using all relevant environmental etiquettes. 100% natural raw materials are used in the toys manufacturing process. This company is popular throughout the world as a producer of organic toys for children. Ticky Toys is the Sri Lankan brand of this company since 2013. With a Sri Lankan identity, brands of Sri Lankan dolls, elephants, rats, porcupines and several other local brands are being exported to over 56 countries at present. Executive Officer of Ticky Toys company Manoj Sharif said that manufacturing these natural toys was first initiated in England. Within 2 years, the company has won a silver award using eco-friendly raw materials. Even though this is a small factory, toys worth nearly $12 million are exported annually. The toys market earns about $20 billion throughout the world annually. Now, the funeral of the former popular politician, late Ronnie DeMille, will be held on Friday at the Ruhuna University premises in Madara.
His remains are now lying at his residence in Charles Drive at Kolpati in Colombo 3 until 2:30 p.m. tomorrow. He was 98 years at the time of his demise. Ronnie DeMille passed away last night while having treatment at a private hospital in Colombo. He has followed primary and secondary education at the St. Thomas's College in Mount Lavinia. He continued his higher education at the Ceylon University. He has completed his postgraduate education in the Cambridge University. He had acted as the Cabinet Minister of Finance from 1977 to 1988. He also pioneered to introduce free trade economy to Sri Lanka. He was first elected to the Parliament in 1970 from the Devinura electorate in the Mathura district. He has been a parliamentarian until the year 2004. He has presented 11 budget proposals and also was a pioneer in introducing open economy to Sri Lanka. He retired from active politics in 2005. He was the senior advisor of finance and economic affairs to President Mahinda Rajapaksa from the year 2005 to 2010. The government requested to place his remains at the parliament premises for public respect. However, the funeral organising committee has kindly rejected the request, and the funeral will take place in Mathura tomorrow, respecting his last will. The motorcade taking the remains is scheduled to reach the Ruhuna University premises at 4 p.m. tomorrow. The remains will be placed at a special hall in the indoor stadium of the Ruhuna University for public and students' respect.
The suspect related to a murder has been killed in a crossfire with the intent to arrest the suspect. He was killed by the fire of the SDF early this morning at the Adigamavava area in Suryavava. The victim has been identified as the motorcycle rider who carried the gunner to the Mahamage area to kill a person at a meat stall recently. When the SDF rounded up the place where the suspect was, he has shot at the SDF officials. Then he was killed by the retaliation of the SDF officials. The 45-year-old victim has also been identified as a pensioner of the Sri Lankan army. Police had recovered a revolver and a motorcycle in his possession.
The Ministry of Education has informed principals of all schools not to allow school children to engage in any sports activities or outdoor activities tomorrow and the day after, since the prevailing excessive heat can further increase. A relevant set of guidelines has been issued to all provincial and zonal education authorities to inform the principals in this connection. This set of guidelines has jointly been prepared by the Ministries of Health and Education. School authorities have been directed to act according to the guidelines in the coming days. Eradicated racism and bigotry have experienced significant development.
This was affirming the government's commitment to fostering development through reconciliation. The President made these remarks during his address at the Religions to Reconcile National Interreligious Symposium organised by the National Peace Council of Sri Lanka, held today at the Bandaranayake International Conference Hall. The President highlighted how racism and bigotry have become convenient tools for politicians to wield power and for religious leaders to maintain their authority. He recounted the grim lessons learned from the prolonged use of these divisive tactics, which ultimately led the nation into a devastating conflict. President Ranil Wickremesinghe stressed the importance of fostering unity and religious harmony among all citizens, underscoring the government's proactive measures towards this goal. The Interreligious Conference served as a culmination of the Plural Action for Conflict Transformation project. President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that the intrinsic connection between religion and reconciliation, our nation has endured the bitter consequences of racism and religious extremism, culminating in a devastating conflict. He said that following the cessation of hostilities, our main objective has been to foster coexistence among all communities. He further said that the responsibility of cultivating harmony rests significantly on the shoulders of religious leaders. It is imperative that we remain mindful of our intentions. The President said that with the military conflict resolved, Sri Lanka's political challenges are now receiving attention, necessitating a renewed focus on coexistence.
Renovation of 1,500 kilometers of roads in all the divisional secretariat areas in the island is scheduled to commence from tomorrow. The government has allocated over 20 billion rupees for this purpose from the budget. Addressing the media in Homangama area today, Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena expressed his views regarding this road development project. Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena said that this project will be initiated in 3 stages. Under the first stage, 500 kilometers of roads covering the entire island will commence tomorrow. Another stretch of 500 kilometers will begin on the 16th of March. As the final project, another 500 kilometers will be developed from the 2nd of April. This entire project is to be completed by August this year. After the completion of debt restructuring, all stalled roads, flyovers will start under foreign funds. If the government receives sufficient amount of foreign loans, all other major roads and bridges will be constructed by April.
The Cargill's Holdings has made a donation of 3 million rupees for the Children Protection Fund in Gaza today. The relevant cheque was handed over to President Ranil Wickremesinghe at the Ministry of Finance by Ranjit Page of the Cargill's Holdings. The aim of this fund is to provide relief for victims of Gaza.
A major accused of Rajiv Gandhi's assassination passed away this morning. He was admitted to the Rajiv Gandhi Memorial Hospital in Chennai due to a brief illness yesterday. Shanthan was a Sri Lankan citizen and member of the LTTE. He had gone to Tamil Nadu in 1991 with the planner of the assassination, Sivarasan, who was a leading member of the LTTE intelligence wing. Shanthan was arrested by Indian police in Sri Peruvuttur and later sentenced to death following the trial. Then his sentence was reduced to a life imprisonment. Shanthan and 6 other convicts had spent over years in prison. In 2022, they were released under a special pardon by the Indian government. Shanthan was to be sent to Sri Lanka. However, as he was suffering from liver and heart failures, he was admitted to Rajiv Gandhi Memorial Hospital in Chennai and he succumbed to his illnesses today. IGP Deshabandhu Thendakon says that a wider program will be initiated to control crimes within the country using cutting-edge technology.
He made this comment participating at a ceremony held in the Colombo Crime Division today.
The police officers who have passed the examination held on fingerprint science at the Crime Report Division were provided with prizes and certificates today. Senior DIGs Priyantha Veerasurya, Nasanga Karavita and DIG Nihal Thalduwa and several other officers were present at this ceremony. IGP Deshabandhu Thendakon said that the contribution of Crimes Control Division to the recent operation launched to control crimes and eradicate drugs is unique. Under the Yukti operation, the criminals have been networked to make it easy to identify them. Sri Lanka police should be trained to use new strategies in solving crimes. For this purpose, foreign trainings will be given to the officials of this division. Our aim is to create a peaceful situation throughout the island for the general public to live without fear.
A fully conventional laundry without using any modern technology is reported from the Ratnapura town. It is significant that the laundry has been maintained for over 70 years without using electricity for any purpose in its premises. This has been started in 1953 in Ratnapura by the father of the current owner, Karunaratna. The owner comes daily to the laundry on bicycle. Lighting of the laundry is mainly done by candles. Clothes are ironed by using a coconut charcoal iron. The required charcoals are also manufactured in a traditional manner. This laundry has the capacity of ironing any type of garment without causing damage to the clothes. Owner of the laundry, Karunaratna, says that he can continue this without any hindrance as there are sufficient stocks of coconut shell charcoal. However, he said that he has no successor to hand over his business.
In the meantime, funeral of the chairman of Masco organization and the creator of Masco Mass Media Awards, late Dr. Sunil Gunaratna, was held at the Ravatavatta Cemetery this evening. Late Dr. Sunil Gunaratna was a veteran media expert who contributed enormously to nurture novice journalists. That's it on local stories. We'll be back with news overseas.
ஆம்புலன்ஸ் வண்டிக்கு இடம் கொடுப்பது மனிதாபிமானத்தின் கடமையாகும். உயிரொன்று, உயிரொன்று, உயிரொன்று. இதுதான்
Welcome back. Now on to foreign news. Senior Hamas official Bassem Names tells that there is still a long way to go to secure a potential ceasefire deal with Israel. The UN humanitarian agency says humanitarian organizations systematically denied access to Gaza and that humanitarian aid convoys are coming under fire. A senior UN humanitarian aid official has said that 1/4 of Gaza's population, estimated to be at least 576,000 people, is a step away from extreme scarcity of food. Gaza's health ministry says children are dying due to dehydration and escalating famine could kill thousands in days if more aid does not enter the Gaza Strip.
More than 30,000 people had been ordered to evacuate parts of Victoria before midday today, when authorities warned it would be too late to leave after they identified a potential fire impact zone that covers several rural towns. Tens of thousands of residents were asked to evacuate as firefighters in Australia continue to battle a massive bushfire amid an intense heat wave that authorities said could further spread the blaze in Victoria as it faces the worst fire conditions seen in recent years. Victoria Emergency Services in an update said that strong winds have the potential to make firefighting difficult and asked residents not to wait until the bushfire spreads closer before moving to a safer location. 6 homes have already been destroyed and authorities fear windy and dry conditions may fan the flames close to high-density residential areas. Experts have warned that Australia could see another catastrophic fire season this year as the impacts of El Nino event.
Prima Kutumi, Fantamai.
And on sports news for tonight, Sports Minister Harin Fernando held a special meeting yesterday with the players of Sri Lanka cricket at the Ministry of Tourism in Colombo.
The minister focused attention to the problems and challenges faced by the Sri Lankan cricket players. Cricket advisors Sanat Dasuri, Chief Selection Committee Chairman Upu Taranga and many senior players of all the 3 formats were present at this meeting. They also focused attention on introducing new model trainers, training methods and grooming players to suit the modern styles of matches. They also focused the attention to the matters that will be crucial for winning matches. Namibian batsman Jean-Nicol Lofteton recorded the fastest century in the T20 cricket history at the match between Nepal and Namibia. Under the Nepal Tri-Nation T20 tournament, a match was played in Kirtipur in Nepal. Jean-Nicol Lofteton recorded his century in 33 deliveries. He hit 11 fours and 8 sixes for his century. The earlier record holder of this, Kushal Malla of Nepal, also played in this match. Batting first, Namibia scored 206 runs for 4 wickets. In reply, Nepal were all out for 186 runs in 18.5 overs. Namibia recorded a 20-run victory. Jean-Nicol Lofteton named the man of the match.
fun tamai.
And that's all the news for tonight. Join us again at the same time tomorrow.